Hello, Legend of the Samurai here with an interesting Japanese cam lock made by the company GSK, and as you can see from the keyway, it is split down the middle, and the key is similarly split, and it has separate bitting on each side. So it is superficially similar to the Australian bi-lock, although this functions on a bit of a different mechanism. There are 5 driverless pins on each side, but all 10 of them interact with just one sidebar. And additionally, it's a rather nicely constructed lock. It is very, very difficult to actually get this thing open. There we are. So, the main issue here is that all of the elements act significantly tapered. So I will do my best to say what element I'm hitting at a given time, but I will likely need to hit some of them upwards of 10 times. So I'm just using a relatively short hook with a notch on the end to balance on the ends of the pins, and here we go. I'll start on the left at the back. It's 5, 4, 3. A little bit out of one, go to the right. 3. Back to the left. 5, 4, 3. Back to the right. 5, 3, 2. Back to the left. 5, 4, 3, 2. 5, 3, 2, 5, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 4, 5. Five, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and just keep bouncing back and forth. There we go. Hit 1, and it's open. Alright, drop it. So there we are. They're unlocked. Lock back up. And key still works. And now, to take it apart. So normally these locks are not very easily guttable, but I've made a couple of modifications to this one. And I also have the cam and shield off already. Here's our limiter plate, and here's our housing. It just has one sidebar groove on the side. And here is our sidebar. And it's an interesting sort of stepped affair. Normally it's crimped in, but I have removed those. So I can pop this cam in. this up a bit. Make sure I don't lose that spring in there. All right. We have a second spring here. So this is our sidebar, and it has these 5 prongs that extend from a surface. And what that does is, if we can see in here, there are 5 little holes in there that lead to the second far row of pins, and then the first row is just exposed to that groove. So if I put the key in, you can see things move around, and with the key aligned, the true gate lines up in all of the positions. So that's how they're managing to get 10 elements in 2 rows functioning with a single sidebar. So it's an interesting design tactic. And it also means that they have to keep really, really close tolerances on the distance between this ledge and the tips of these prongs, because otherwise these sides would isolate, and they very clearly did not. So now for the actual pins, normally they are under this sheet metal cover, which is crimped in, so I have removed that, and I made a nice sliding brass cover. So we have 2 rows, and pull all the springs out. And this is the sort of driverless side pin that we're looking at. And I'll show these more in a moment. All right, so there we are. There is our housing. Nothing special on the top, but we have that very interesting stacked sidebar channel. There is our keyway with a bit of warding, but there's plenty of room to get a hook from the bottom up into each side. And now, these driverless side pins. So they have one main true gate, and that's the deep area, and they also, some of them, have this little serration. And as best I can tell, what that mainly does is if you overlift a pin, it'll get caught on that serration and it will not drop back down. And because all of these are minutely tapered, I actually can't even measure it, but I have no other way to explain the behavior that I'm seeing in this lock. So as these are tapered and you're slowly walking them up, if you ever overlift any of these and they have one of those serrations, they will get caught there, and then the lock will not ever open, because if you release your tension, everything drops back. So some of them don't have a serration, but the majority do. So there's all of our pins. So yeah, that is a GSK, we'll call it a twin inline driverless sidebar lock. Very interesting. I never expected to find quite as extensive a mechanism as this in here, but saw it and could not pass up the opportunity to get this and try to pick it. They are well worth the effort if you can find one. They are rather difficult to find, though, so I may end up sending this one around to interested pickers eventually, but we shall see. All right, thanks for watching, and have a nice day.